Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Online deck profile. Today we are going to be showcasing Metagross from the Ancient Origins set. And this is going to be the 150 HP Metagross with the Magnetic Warp ability. And we're actually going to be using him as our main attacker, but his ability will come into play as well, hopefully. What Magnetic Warp does is once during your turn, you may switch your active Pokemon with one on your bench. If you do, your opponent switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her bench Pokemon. So basically, it's an escape rope, but you have to bring yours active first, which kind of sucks, but I mean, since it's his ability, it would be really strong if they always put theirs first and you could just always figure out the best way to snipe them. But his Iron Cannon attack, which is going to be our main focus attack, actually I think it's our only attack really in this deck, is 80 damage. Then you may discard all metal energies attached to this Pokemon, and if you do, this attack does 80 more damage. So, requires a lot of energies, which is unfortunate, but the 160 does hit that special magic number going around all of Pokemon Online. The 160 means that if you slap a muscle band on it, then you will be hitting for 180, which kills basically any Pokemon EX. So that's going to be the plan to get, ideally you'll have 2 Metagrosses out, have some Bronzors set up, so then you can attack for 180, discard the energies, then Magnetic Warp into your other Metagross, and then do the same thing. Just kind of have like a little cycle going. That's going to be the plan. Probably easier said than done, but we'll see what happens. The rest of the Pokemon line is going to be 2 Shaman EX. Just you know, a very good staple setup. Draws 6 cards, or draw up to 6 cards into your hand. So yeah, you gotta really run it in most decks. We're running a 4-2-4 line of the Metagross. Then we're running a 4-4 line of Bronzong. Since the whole deck is focusing on Metagross's attack, you don't really need that many other support cards or hitters, so go full 4-4 line of Bronzongs just to ensure that we get it out. To go with the Bronzongs, Battle Compressor, very good card. Search your deck up to 3 cards, discard them. So ideally, you're going to be dumping energies into the discard pile and then using Bronzong to retrieve them to your bench. It's also good in tandem with VS Seeker because you can dump a supporter, VS Seeker the supporter to your hand, and then use it. So that's why we're running 4, because it has kind of 2 uses. We're running 3 rare candies because we really want to get this Metagross out. He's the main focus. So if we have to manually evolve them through the Metang or have a speedier evolution with rare candy, we want to have all those options at our disposal. Running 2 switches because it's good. You know, if you need a switch before you've been able to get the Metagross out, that helps. You can also do a Magnetic Warp, bring something to the forefront, and then switch out of that to try to trick your opponent. So I like it for that. Running 3 Ultra Balls. You know, just need more Ultra Balls whenever you're running, you know, stage 2 decks, and also helps us get Shamans for draw power. Mentioned earlier, 3 VS Seeker. It's a very, very, very good card. I can't see why you would run anything less than 2, but I think 3 is like a nice, comfortable amount. Running 1 Lysander. Typically I like to run 2, but I want to use more for the draw since we need to get all of our resources. 1 Pokemon Fan Club. I love this card. I almost have them in like one of every deck. It's not an inherent draw, as I said before, but it does bring out Shamans, so it kind of is a draw card in a way. And then also, you know, we have a lot of evolutions and stages and basics that we need to bring out, so helps for that. 4 Professor Sycamore, because it is just the best supporter in the game, and you need to run 4. 3 Shauna, you know, like the consistency. I know technically Birch on average is supposed to give you more cards, but I just have horrible luck, so I'm just gonna go with the Shauna, not stress myself over coin flips. Now we're running 3 Faded Town. I know, I guess the Steel Shelter is a typical stadium you'll see in a Steel deck, but in this deck where we do have problems is with Mega EXs, since they have HP over 180. It takes us out of that 1k hit knockout, and so that's kind of problematic. So for that, we are running Faded Town to help take away damage, or kind of increase our damage against those EXs and Megas specifically, and hopefully that'll help solve that issue. And the Steel Shelter, I mean, it will mostly be there just for breaking the other person's stadiums. You don't see that much poison going on, a little bit, but it's not as prevalent. Now 3 Muscle Band, because we really want to get that on there for the extra 20 damage to do 180. And our energies are 4 double colorless and 6 steel. Alright, well that is the deck. Let us hop into Versus and try and see how this big bad Metagross can handle the rest of Pokemon TCG Online. Let's get it on! Let's get it the F on right now. Alright, Metagross. Let's show the world what you can do. Oh, we're playing against Johnny's Senpai. Yeah. This guy's definitely a Johnny. Alright, cool. Looking like a pretty decent hand. Start off with the Beldum. Although, of course, we could start off with Beldum, but I decided to start off with the Beldum. And we're playing against a fighting deck. Now we have the Rare Candy, which we could probably want to utilize with Ultra Ball, so let's go ahead and Fan Club. We're going to get a Bronzor and only one Shaman. A Bronzor and a Shaman. Bring out the Bronzor. Oh, and our opponent. That is how good Metagross is. You see how good it is? All you have to do is put down a Bronzor and you win. So gotta love that. Like I said, we're going to attach the double colorless to we can't move this, but yeah, attach it to our Beldum, Ultra Ball away the energy, and I guess the stadium for the Metagross to thin out our hand, and then Shaman, and yeah, we would have been ready to go. Since we got that quick win, let's try hopping another one. See what happens there. Let's do it again. Now if we get another instant quit, then you guys know that people are afraid of Metagross, as they should very well be. I think I saw Metagross in Terminator 2. I thought that was kind of a cool little like surge of like, oh shit, you know, James Cameron wanted to put in Pokemon in his movie. It's pretty dope. Alright, let's check out our hand. We have some options here, stuff to work with. Battle Compressor, we had a Versus Seeker, then that would be perfect, and we're playing against Metal. That's gonna be really bad for us because we utilize so many double colorlesses. But let's go ahead, drop a couple energies. I'm gonna drop Fan Club if it's in here, so we can get it out later. I'm not seeing it, so I guess we can just leave it at that. Oh, there it is, perfect, right at the beginning. Question is, do I want to use, I'm going to use this double colorless, and if we have to figure out a way around the Aegislash later, then we'll do so. Go there, and now we're looking nice. We already have 2 energies in the grave. I guess we'll go ahead and, I'm going to send 1 and the Shauna, get our Bronzor going, and turn. So now we have an energy drop next turn. We have the Sycamore. Ideally, we would draw into a Rare Candy, but you know, we don't have to ask for too much just yet. It looks like our opponent's probably playing just solely a Aegislash deck, so I'm assuming there may not be anything else, but oh, never mind. Spoke too soon, didn't see that coming, but that's going to help us out. And we have a stadium that can take care of him, and then we will be able to attack around the Aegislash. So let's go ahead, drop that on the Beldum. We already have enough energies in the grave, so I don't think we need to compress anything else. Perfect. Now we have 1 Bronzor in play. Metal Links. And we're slowly getting there. We can put this stadium in play because it's going to start to do damage immediately. Now, think I'm going to hold on to the Ultra Ball. We could go into the Metang, but I don't want to give up this Sycamore for next turn. So next turn we'll draw into one more card and have the discard materials for the Ultra Ball. See Professor Birch getting his Thug Thizzle on. Oh, opponent broke. Hopefully we can bring out the stadium again, but yeah, just one more tick of a stadium will put him in range for the 1K hit. So you can already see how this Faded Town can definitely come into play and help us out. Our opponent's just content to sit on the Aegislash since we can't do any damage to him immediately, but alright, cool. We have the extra card that we wanted for discarding, and I guess we could go into a Shaman. Might as well increase our odds of drawing things that we need. There's the Metang. Let's go ahead and manually evolve him. Now, I guess we'll go ahead and... yeah, we'll go ahead and load him up, because we have the Magnetic Warp, so... ideally, we're going to be controlling who he has up front anyway, so we're going to worry about this later on. We can always hard retreat and then get the energies off of us. So that Metang's ready to go. And we'll go ahead. No. I think we could do some other trickery, but I think we're just going to go ahead and hold off with that. End turn. If you were to put extra metal energies onto the Metagross, it's not just discard 2 metals, it's discard all metal energies. So that's why you don't want to load them up too much. Or just have hit be a 4 metal energy attack, because then you'll lose all of them, which is pretty rough. But when we bring out the Metagross, we will be able to Magnetic Warp, and he'll bring out something else off the bench, and we will proceed to pound face. Perfect situation here is we'll be able to get the stadium because he's going to have 20 damage more, but we'll need a muscle band and a stadium off of the Sycamore, which is highly doable. We still have all of our muscle bands in play, and that'll be a nice win for us. We can get that hit. Our opponent brought out his Rayquaza Mega, and he doesn't have the energies yet to use his attack, so he might have been hoping to draw something, or he has plans. Only time will tell. But I'm liking our situation. And we have our opponent thinking on the Battle Compress. Let's check out his graveyard. See, it hasn't used that many resources. Only one BS Seeker, so he probably has 3 more left. And only 1 Skyfield in the discard pile. So our opponent's thinking right now. Okay, I was going to say, hopefully we got another quick win, but wasn't to be. But yeah, so we will be able to attack next turn, if nothing else. And I'm not sure if he's going to even be able to attack this Beldum. Wasn't paying attention if he had an energy drop this turn. I guess he could draw into a double colorless, but for some reason I thought he already attached an energy this turn to the other Mega Rayquaza. Oh, nope, guess I was wrong. Spoke too soon. That's okay. If we can get this killed, then it was worth him wasting that double colorless drop. So opponent hits us for 180. With the big whammy. Lovely. So here's the stadium. Now all we need is the muscle band to have this be a 1K knockout. Let's see here. How many double colors do we have in play? I don't want to lose any more double colors, so we're going to go ahead and put that on the Shaman. Sycamore. Get a Bronzong. And go ahead and get rid of that. We only really need 2 Bronzong's in play, so we'll go ahead and start setting up another Beldum. And we have the full line available to us and probably some rare candies as well, so we're looking good. And we can Meta Lynx. And we can Meta Lynx. So now you're starting to see a little bit of synergy. And we'll go ahead, yeah, I guess we can do this in case our opponent has an ace trainer. And shablam with it. And there you see a big whammy hit from Metagross. This guy will guard your best player. Put Metagross on the basketball courts, he will guard your best player. Let's see if our opponent can... Oh, and there's another double colorless drop, unfortunately. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't break our Faded Town stadium, though. And the cool thing about this is he's only getting one prize card for our 2. And we're going to bring out the Shaman on the kill. Oh, and I think he's going to try to kill with the Aegislash. That's bizarre. Question is, do we have a Lysander? We do. So, okay. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to Magnetic Warp into this Shaman here. Let's see who our opponent brings out. And then once we load up our Metagross back, then we can just hard retreat. And I was planning on using the VS Seeker for the Lysander to bring out this Mega, but opponent's making it easy for us. So let's go ahead and load him up. And our opponent quits. Look at that. So he saw that we were going to get another hard retreat, attack for 180, and then since we didn't have to use the Lysander, we could Shauna, try to bring out this next Metagross. And that's the power of Metagross, taking down the Mega Rayquazas. Like I said, he will guard your best man. So yeah, you see, you know, it's probably not tier 1, but it can beat tier 1s. It can make people quit early, and I'm pretty impressed with it, especially since I haven't seen anyone play with it yet. But you know, that's how the Dream Cloud project likes to get down. We thank you for watching. Hope you check out more of our Pokemon vids, our Bros Talk Football, other things we got going on. And see you next time. As always, I've been Dre Gothams. Peace.